of the cackle.
Take stop to quit. I'm sorry. Because I can't just be giving. Take stop to quit. I'm sorry. Because I can't just be giving a drink to the vice president. There you go. That a lot of people, especially independent voters, really want this to be a change election, and that they tend to break for you in terms of thinking about change. You are a member of the President administration. Under a Harris administration, what would the major changes be, and what would stay the same?
Wait for it. I mean, I'm obviously not Joe Biden, and so that would be one change in terms of
what an idiot.
But also, I think it's important to say, with 28 days to go, I'm not Donald Trump.
What an idiot! What a moron!
So when we think about the significance of what this next generation of leadership looks like, were I to be elected president, it is about.
Oh my
frankly,
God!
I love the American people, and I believe in our country.
Oh, God.
I love that it is our character and nature
what
to be
a moron.
an ambitious people. We have aspirations.
I'm going to throw up.
We have incredible work ethic, and I
I'm gonna
believe that we can create and build upon the success we've achieved.
What the hell is she talking about?
To grow opportunity, and in that way grow the strength of.
Folks, that clip came from Megyn Kelly. You could hear her in the background gasping and oohing. I mean, just like, can you name any political figure that was this bad at talking, at giving an answer? I mean, you should have some, like a napkin presentation, Why do you want to do this? It should be like a 60-second, and soundbite, a 90-second soundbite, a 2-minute soundbite that you can go into. She goes into like the strength of our, what is she trying to, this is like word salad for the State of the Union address, right? The wind at my back and Americans are as strong as mountains. We will climb to the top of the highest mountain. We will dive to the lowest depths of the oceans. And in between, we will find knowledge. Oh my God, this person, she's an absolute idiot, an absolute moron of the unbelievable nth degree, to the infinite degree of moronicity. It's just unbelievable. And they have her drinking a beer. Like to have a beer with this person. Like to have a beer with the leader, with the president. Oh, Madam Vice President, do I have your permission to snap open a cold one with you and chug it down? And then she does in her typical, that voice is just so grating. It's like somebody taking a chalkboard, putting sandpaper on the chalkboard, and then putting gravel on top of it, and then just, both hands. It's like, oh, please stop. I'll tell you anything you want to do. I'll tell you anything you want to know. That's what they ought to use at Guantanamo Bay, is her just talking to the prisoners and give everything up immediately. Please, no, not Kamala, not Kamala. And they're trying to do what? Go after real men in the Midwest, flyover country, cracking a beer open? Come on, folks, come on. And if you think, folks, that was something else, take a look at what happens on this clip on Howard Stern. Watch this.
People ask me, what do you think is going on, and what is the tension here? What's at stake? And there are many things, and I can be much more articulate than what I'm going to say. But ultimately,
Did you hear that? She just said something. She said, I can be more articulate than what I actually say. So, in other words, I'm going to say something really, really freaking stupid and idiotic, but I can be much more articulate than being stupid and idiotic and moronic and retarded. All right. Let's just go back to that, folks. Let's just go back to that. Hear that again. I can be more articulate than what I'm going to say. I mean, does she even know what's coming out of her mouth? Let's go over that again. And you tell me, folks, did I hear that correctly? Did you hear that correctly?
Howard, people ask me, like, what do you think is going on, and what is the tension here? What's at stake? And there are many things, and I can be much more articulate than what I'm going to say. But ultimately, I do believe that this is an election that is about strength versus weakness.
Yeah.
And weakness as projected by someone who puts himself in front of the American people and does not have the strength to stand in defense of their needs, their dreams, their desires, the work that must happen to make sure that we are a secure nation, that we are nurturing and protecting our alliances around the world, that we are supporting America's military, that we are fighting to bring the cost of living down for working families, that we are building business.
You know, this happens so often with her. You don't even know what the question was. After a while, you don't even care what the question was. You just hope that she stops talking. I mean, it's cringeworthy, folks. It is so freaking cringeworthy. And she talks about this is an election of strength versus weakness. Are you freaking kidding me? Seriously? And she's trying to exude strength by going on The View? On Howard Stern? Yeah, he's got listeners, but nobody gives a shit, okay, what Howard Stern has to say. Nobody gives a crap of that old frazzled old hipster. She goes on Who's Your Daddy podcast. I don't even care what the real name is. I'm just going to call it Who's Your Daddy. That porno, podcast that's out there. And it's just unbelievable. And then CBS, folks, like it's talked about with The View. Not only were they giving her what they call softball tosses. And Megyn Kelly on her show, she also talked about that she's been on the show before. They give you the questions in advance. Maybe they'll give you the answers in advance, but she definitely said they give you the questions. And Megyn always said, I'm not taking the question. I don't need the question. I do this for a living. She's a freaking politician, Kamala Harris, Kumala. They didn't give her, she comes on The View. Softball, not even softball, folks. It's T-ball. It's teed up. And then not only is teed up, they're getting ready to hit it out for her as well. She doesn't have to do a damn thing except answer a question in 30 seconds, 60 seconds, instead of going on these unbelievable tangents about, the palette of different colors and the variety of our nation and the diversity of our thoughts and opinions. And then she takes these, quotes that are just mishmashes of quotes from different people and put them together to make it sound like she's so, esoteric and has all this unbelievable, joy and enthusiasm and bubbling stuff. It's all there. And then you need help. What kind of help do you need? The help of the editing people. That's right. Watch what CBS has done in terms of editing her answers, folks, to a simple question about Benjamin Netanyahu, who basically is telling the United States of America, the Biden administration, screw you, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. It's my country. We're the ones that are being attacked. Don't tell me what to do. I'm doing what I want to do. And that's it. And they ask her the question, and they edit the answer. The first thing you're going to hear is their real answer, And then you're going to hear the one that's polished, buffed, and made to shine. Okay, so listen to this and watch for it.
It seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need.
So you see that? Actual answer, what you heard first? Edited answer? Didn't that seem like that was all spit shined and polished and rubbed and made to appear so much better? As far as I'm concerned, that's an in-kind contribution to a campaign. CBS is helping. Why are they doing this? Why should you edit anything? That is not right. That should not be, I don't know if you can say they can do whatever they want, but that's just not right to change what people said and rearrange words and to make it look like it's better. This isn't a freaking movie. This is real life. And speaking of real life, let's go back to Stephen Colbert, that asshole that hosted night show comedy, supposed comedy, late night hour. Stephen Colbert, liberal extraordinaire, who's cracking open and yucking it up with the vice president over a cold one, while thousands upon thousands of people are homeless, don't have hardly anything probably except the clothes on their back, hundreds of people dead, children, women, men, washed away in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene in North Carolina, in Georgia, in Tennessee, and other places. And Kamala Harris is cracking open up a beer, politicizing the whole thing, trying to garner votes instead of doing something to helping those people. But instead, she's doing this.
Saws is they just want somebody they can have a beer with. So would you like to have a beer with me so I can tell people what that's like? Okay. This was, now we asked ahead of time because I can't just be giving a drink to the Vice President of the United States without asking. You asked for Miller High Life. You asked Miller High Life. I'm just
There's
curious.
a cackle.
Okay, the last time I had beer was at a baseball game with Doug.
Okay, so cheers. There you
cheers.
go. There you go. Ooh. That tastes like the beautiful city of Milwaukee,
The
Wisconsin.
champagne and beer.
So this, folks, this is the picture of your vice president cracking open up a beer, yucking it up with that stupid, shit-eating grin on her face and that cackle that just absolutely, like I said, is like that chalkboard with that gritty sandpaper tossed with, concrete on top of it, and the nails are just stop it, please, stop. Please stop talking, Kamala. Please stop talking. But here she is, yucking it up, laughing, while thousands upon thousands of Americans are suffering because of the aftermath of the hurricane. As I said before, hundreds that have died. And aid was being given by volunteers and church groups and synagogues and mosques and other people. I mean, around the country, people coming in from all over the place. Ron DeSantis sending in people. Reverend Graham. I mean, so many people mobilized so much faster than FEMA, which is basically funds only for what? Migrants. I saw a acronym for that. It was like funds, Equal for Migrants Association, something like that or whatever. Migrants, but that's true. Those funds, FEMA is not for American citizens. It's for illegal aliens and migrants who in the most cases are illegal, and because of a stroke of a pen, someone decided in the administration that we'll just legalize them anyways. That's the way it stands right now, folks. Anyways, you've been watching the Dr. Nasser Sheikh Show. We appreciate you taking the time. Take a look at all of our video links above and below. Put your comments down below. What'd you think? Is this someone you'd like to have a beer with Kamala Harris? Or would you just like to throw the beer at her? My final thought is always, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're just wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.